Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga, Part 8. Swadharmam api chavekshya na vikampitumārhasi dharmyadhi yuddhat shreyot yakshatriyasya na vidyate. Looking at your own duty as well as you should not waver. For there is nothing more welcome to a man of the warrior class than a righteous war. The man himself, that is the soul, is a fragment of God, but by identifying himself with the body, he accepts himself as a Brahmana of the priest class or a Kshatriya of the warrior class, and so on. And then he has to discharge his duty as a member of that class. Similarly, one who accepts himself as a teacher or a father has to discharge the duty of a teacher or a father. Here, the duty of a Kshatriya has been called dharma, that is righteousness. It is the foremost duty of a Kshatriya not to flee from the war front. For a Kshatriya, righteousness is upheld by waging the war. So, Sri Krishna Paramatma asked Arjuna to discharge his duty by waging the war. He should never shirk. There is nothing more welcome to a man of the warrior class than a righteous war. It is his main duty. Similar is the case with the people of other classes. Arjuna is the 7th verse of the 2nd chapter requested Sri Krishna Paramatma to tell him what is good for him. In response to his request, Sri Krishna Paramatma tells him that he will attain salvation by performing his duty of waging the righteous war, so he should not retreat from it. Yadrichaya chopapannam swargadvaram apavritam sukina kshatriya partha labhante yuddhamidrisham. Happy and lucky are the Kshatriyas, O Partha, who get such an unsolicited opportunity for war, which is an open gateway to heaven. Duryodhana put a condition before the Pandavas. If you lose while gambling, you will be exiled for 12 years and will reside in an unknown place for 1 year. Then, after 13 years, you will regain your empire. But if you are identified during the period, you will again be exiled for another 12 years. The Pandavas accepted the condition and suffered 12 years exile and 1 year's incognito existence. After the expiration of the period, when the Pandavas demanded their empire, Duryodhana refused to give them even as much as land could be covered by the point of a needle without war. The Pandavas made several efforts for a compromise, but Duryodhana bluntly refused. Therefore, Sri Krishna Paramatma says to Arjuna, "You have obtained this unsought and unsolicited opportunity for waging a war. Such a righteous war is an open gateway to heaven." Kshatriyas who get such an opportunity are really happy and lucky. He means to say that the happiness which is derived by discharging one's duty is far superior to the worldly happiness which can be enjoyed even by animals and birds. In the next 4 verses, Sri Krishna Paramatma explains the evil consequences of not waging a war. Atachetvam imam dharmyam samgramam na karishyasi tatasvadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapsyasi. If you don't wage such a righteous war, then abandoning your duty and forfeiting your honor, you will incur sin. Even if you don't want to discharge your duty by waging the war bound by your own action born of your nature, you will have to perform it against your will. If you don't wage the war, you will neglect your duty and you will not only lose your reputation but incur sin also. Moreover, by abandoning your duty, you will have to accept the duty of others, and so you will incur sin, and by abandoning the war, you will be regarded as an unmanly warrior, and thus you will lose your honor and reputation. अकीर्तिं चापि भूतानि कथयिष्यन्ति ते व्ययाम् सम्भावितस्य चाकीर्तिः मरणादतिरिच्यते. All creatures will ever recount your undying infamy, and infamy is surely worse than death for a man enjoying popular esteem. Men, gods, genies, and demons, and so on, all who do not have even the least affinity of friendship or enmity with you, such common beings will recount your infamy and dishonor and will call you effeminate if you don't wage this war. They will disparage your chivalry and will say that you proved to be a coward which could not even be thought of. By using the word te, that is thigh, Sri Krishna Paramatma means to say that Arjuna, who is renowned in heaven, in this world as well as in the lower world for his manliness, will be called unmanly. By using the term avyayam, everlasting, he means that as he is famous for his excellence and bravery, he will be unpopular for his baseness and effeminacy forever. In the first half of this verse, the Lord discussed Arjuna's disparagement by common people. Now he is talking in general terms. In the world, if any man who is regarded superior to others and enjoys popular esteem loses his honor and fame, his infamy is more painful to him than even death, because in natural death he does not lose his name and fame, while he loses his name and fame by recoiling from his duty. In case of natural death, no crime or sin is committed, but shirking duty is a sin. Shirking duty brings much discredit. भयाद्रानादु परतं मंस्यन्ते त्वां महारथाः येषां च त्वं बहुमतो भूत्वा यास्यसि लाघवम्. The great chariot warriors who held you high in high esteem will hold you lightly, thinking that you have desisted from the war out of fear. If you think that you have desisted from the war in order to attain salvation by avoiding the sin, it is not true. If you had thought it a sin to wage the war, you might have devoted your time to devotion and meditation in solitude and would not have invited me to wage this war. Therefore, if you desist from the war now, all the creatures will think that you have done so out of fear, not out of the sense of duty and righteousness, because it is the first and foremost duty of a Kshatriya to fight. The great chariot warriors such as Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, and Shalya, and so on, who hold you in high esteem for your mighty valor because you have defeated several demons, gods, and demigods, will slight you as one who has fled from the war front out of fear.